This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hashtag no music, no intro. This is the Monday Night Football preview pod, Saints Block Party podcast. Ryan and I are going to be breaking down, previewing the upcoming matchup with the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Listen, if you follow our content, you follow along with us, like you should know at this point we had John Hendricks on from Sports Illustrated with a chef's kiss of a podcast episode. So we did hit on some things regarding the Panthers game a little bit, but we didn't go super in depth. But before we go into any hard-hitting things for the preview, just wanted to give a huge shout out to everyone who purchased or reached out and requested and reserved a Saints Block Party podcast t-shirt. The first batch of orders, was put placed tonight. The second batch is tomorrow. That'll be placed tomorrow morning. So we got up to like 54 total t-shirts, which is a lot more than what I was expecting. If you missed the boat and what have you, you may be able to reach out and see what can be done. But that was something that Ryan and I were very on top of getting the message out. Anyone who wanted a t-shirt just reached out, needed to. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We're getting close to 700 subscribers on YouTube, but our YouTube channel for the Saints Block Party podcast on YouTube, we're
slow build, baby.
So we gonna get there. So if you watching this, even if you're not watching, if you listen to podcasts or you just listen to us through your ears, but you have a YouTube account, go to YouTube, pull us up, like, subscribe. Very simple. It helps us out. I just want to just also say this about what we have coming planned, man. We're slowly getting it together for this meetup for this Bears game in November, man. And man, this shit feels like it's gonna be a movie, bro. Like
movie, baby.
It's gonna be a movie, bro. Like it is insane. Like how many people are coming? So many people who are coming. It's their first Saints game, like in the dome. And I'm just like, that makes me just feel just happy inside. So if you're a Patreon and I would say like, we're kind of getting close to capacity right now, bro. Like it's getting tight, bro. But we have at least 6, 7, 8 people coming from the UK. Like it's insane. Thank y'all. Truly, truly, truly.
For real. It's going to be fun, man.
Fun fucking weekend all weekend, that Bears game. And if the Saints continue to maybe do what they've been doing starting week 1, fucking like it might be let's time out. Let's talk about this Panthers game, bro. Before we even talked about the Bears game.
Let's get Bears to week 2, baby. We got week 2.
We gotta talk about this Panthers game. This game, and I know Greg Rosenthal, when we were texting about it recently, he's like, "Oh, it's just September." It's just, like I know it's just September, but like this game with the Saints, this game would tell me so much about this team, because thanks to our dude Eric, aka Who Dat Homo, aka Eric Esquire, pulling in our Discord. I'm pretty sure, like, he didn't research it himself. I'm sure he saw it on Twitter, but he's still pulling our Discord, that the Saints have not started a season 2-0 since 2013, Ryan?
How crazy is that, bro? That is crazy. Because when this question was brought up, I was thinking, I was like, damn, when did we go 2-0? I was thinking,
Ryan, my daughter was 3.
Bruh.
So they have a lot of things going, like, quote unquote going against them, right? They haven't started the season 2-0 since 2013. They have struggled, especially recently, with the Carolina Panthers, even against Carolina Panther teams who are kind of talent deficient, coached by Matt Rule, had Baker Mayfield. Week 17 last week had Sam Darnold.
Don't matter.
Man, you pull up that Sam Darnold stat line, and the fact that the Saints lost that game, it makes like the lowest light in DA's coaching career.
Like the whole, like they should put that on the wall. Like
that's it
during team meetings. Like this is the game we lost last year.
Lost
that game.
They going into this game, Monday Night Football, the Saints are as healthy as we've seen them. I expect, John Hendricks said on our podcast, expected Kendre Miller to be ready for this game. He was eliminated today. Looks like he's trending. Yep, looks like he's trending
for it. Baby. Time Lord, like
he saw it, bro. It was like Doctor Strange when he was looking at all the outcomes. It was just like
one.
So he's expected to play. So you're adding him to a run game that is like a run game that needs some oomph, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone pretty much is healthy. We'll see what Juwan Johnson, if he's healthy. He's like the only one that he was limited today in practice with the calf. But as healthy as the Saints team we've seen in forever, even more healthy than they were in week 1, I would say, right?
Probably going back to 2019, maybe. Like it's been a long time since they've been this healthy, bro.
Long time. They're facing a Panthers team that lost their starting guard and Brandon Christensen. So you're going to have a backup on the interior. It may be Throck got me on Rock Morton, bro. It might be former Saints. Calvin Throckmorton. Might be. We'll see.
Boy, go play the game of his life. What?
Yo.
Boy, go play the game of his life. Trust me.
Bro, pancakes. Just getting the CO blocks, bro.
This Throckmorton guy, he is...
How the Saints let him?
How the Saints let him go? It's like, wow.
So so the Panthers' offensive line, which was already an issue, in theory gets worse because of Christensen being out. J.C. Horn, not J.C. Jackson. J.C. Horn has had a very up and down start to his career in the NFL. Injured, not going to play against this game. I predicted as a rookie, though. I said it, bro. I was like, he's going to get an interception when we play him. That's exactly what he did.
That's what he did, bro.
Everything, Ryan. Everything is trending that the Saints should go in to Carolina and handle fucking business. I'm not saying it's like one of those old school Sean Payton, 40 burgers and stuff, but at least like it's comfortable throughout most of the game. I'm on the bus, guys. Ty, I'm on the bus. I'm on the bus. I'm on it. I'm holding the thing. I'm ready for it, the bus. But Rosa Parks might be a little upset, but I'm like, I don't want to be on the front. Like, this game just gives me such a I don't know, and it's more about what we've seen, whether it's DA, whether it's Sean Payton, what we've seen in the past, where the Saints are put into a position where they should at least handle their business somewhat, and they just go out and just lay an egg. I'm not saying they're going to lay an egg, but this game they should win, and that's why I say it's going to tell us so much on Monday Night Football.
Well, it's about slaying ghosts, bro. It's not even about the opponent. It's about slaying ghosts of the past. It's about being the best team you could be week to week. It's about showing, can this team, just be that team that can stack wins early. Early doesn't even have to be perfect wins. You know what I'm saying? Just figure out a way to win. That's the thing when you watch the NFL. These early season games, man, mean so much down the line.
Huge.
Huge. And there's, every team right now, most team right now are imperfect. They're trying to figure out their identity. They're rusty. Some are banged up. Every team is trying to figure out things right now. Nobody's really perfect right now, except 49ers maybe or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Yes, continue to tell me.
But I'm saying, like, so everybody's trying, but you still have to find those little ways to win the game. And just like the Saints did this past Monday, they figured out they went to win that game.
Against a tougher opponent.
Against a tough opponent. And I think, I'm telling you, watch Tennessee Titans go out and look pretty good, the next couple of weeks.
I believe it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
Exactly. So I don't think that's like a sorry opponent that they face.
Oh, at all.
Right.
I think even they probably deserve a little more credit for able to sneak that win out than probably we even gave them after they won that game. Honestly, we'll see. We'll see what the season unfolds. So you said it perfect. It's about slaying ghost, and it's about showing not to the fans, because who cares what the fuck we think? Although some people do.
Yeah.
But it's more about showing yourself as a team, like, this is what we're here to do this season. We're going to be a team that is competitive, that is talented, and that for all intents and purposes, if we're healthy, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. Just like you said, if we play our game, we should be able 9 times out of 10 to get the win, right?
Right.
So that's where I come from. It's like, can this Saints team, DA's second year as head coach, go into a game where they're going to be favored? I don't even know what's the line for this game, bro. I got to see what the line
3 points,
is.
I believe.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, last time I checked.
Oh, shit. Okay. I thought it was higher for whatever reason. But I'm going to say some things where the Panthers could cause some ruckus, right?
Oh, yeah.
Got our lads up right now. Okay? Just like I went down the list when I saw that Titans defense, and I was like, ooh, looking at this Panthers defense, and Panthers defense has historically given the Saints trouble. Who don't care who's been head coach, don't care what the personnel is, it's historically given them trouble, right? I see Derek Brown, high pick on the defensive tackle. Apparently he had a really good game against the Falcons in week 1.
He a man.
Why he dropped anyway, I'm not going to get started on that. Brian Burns, where we've seen firsthand how he has changed a direction of a game. I still think of that forced fumble he got on Breeze. Who was left tackle that snap?
Greenleaf.
It was Greenleaf.
Like, who the hell is this guy? What is this Greenleaf?
Right? So you got Brian Burns. You got Shaq Thompson, who's gotten older, but,
still in the league.
Still in the league. And this is the name that I forgot was even on the Panthers, and I just saw it, and I was like, oh, shit. Got Justin Houston?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, I bet you don't. I bet you know who didn't forget about that.
Oh, man.
That entire Saints offensive line after that Ravens game last season.
Remember that shit? Yeah.
Man won Defensive Player of the Year after Monday Night Football when he was with the Ravens. So this is going to be the story of the Saints season, at least specifically offensively all season.
Yeah.
It all boils down to the offensive line. Like, we know they got the weapons. We know they got the weapons. But if the offensive line, 1, doesn't give Derek Carr time, 2, doesn't open holes in the run game, we may see a lot of games like we saw in week 1, where it's tight games. It's things that it shouldn't be as close maybe as it is. I want Pete Carmichael, who I think had a pretty goddamn good game plan against the Titans. There were my critiques of his game plan, though, was I felt like at least early in that game, the game plan was kind of curtailed to go after the Titans secondary and attack the secondary with deep plays or long. And the line was just not holding up. It just was not holding up.
Nope.
I get it. J.C. Horn's out. The Panthers secondary also has Von Bell. Kind of had forgotten about that. Von Bell, Jeremy Chin, like, those are good safeties. Cornerbacks, If the line is showing you early that it may not hold up for what you want to run offensively on passing concepts, I want to see that adjustment happen a little sooner than it did against the Titans. Shorten it up. Chris Olave on crossers, because I just don't want to see Brian Burns coming and sacking, strip sack Derek Carr. Can we not leave Trevor Penning on an island early against an elite pass rusher? Like, whatever he was doing against Arden Key, Brian Burns is like Arden Key times 10, bro. Like, you have to have a plan. To me, that is the entire, like, I don't even worry so much about the defense against the Panthers offense. And I know it's weird because it's like, oh, it's a rookie quarter. If the offense can come out and protect Derek Carr, this game shouldn't be close.
No question. And I think if you go back and watch the Titans-Saints game, you really come away feeling a lot better about Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because he was pressured on almost 50% of his dropbacks. Almost 50%. It was something like 45%. That's insane. Like, that's insane.
And he is a player that typically, like, historically has gotten criticism for seeing ghosts in the pocket.
Exactly.
And if you watch that Titans game back, bro, like, he was like, there were some bad throws here and there that probably was because of like gross pressure. But, like, all in all, he played a goddamn good game. And I'll tell you this about Derek Carr, bro. I said it on Twitter. I said, Derek Carr leads us to a Super Bowl, man. Let me find my vest. I'll sew an eagle on that shit. It'd be black and gold. Me and you roll up just at the Super Bowl. Well, I'll hold a sign, bro. It's about that time, bro. Like, he was right.
1-6. 1-6. For real. But yeah, man, I am
watching the mic'd up, seeing the personality, seeing his seeing how he's on the sideline, getting the teammates hype, keeping engaged. People like, well, I just saw before we started recording, like, James on Twitter was like, well, technically, like, Jameis Winston did that. Like, no, man, it's different. You cannot tell me. Yeah. You cannot tell me it's the same. You can't.
No, I agree. And here's the thing, bro. Like you said, man, it comes down to the offensive line play. It's such a fine balance we have to strike with Penny, because he's going to have to learn under fire. And you want to give him a chance to develop.
Right.
But you can't let him completely ruin the offense.
Can't do it.
You can't let that happen. So he's on a short leash, bro. Like, I don't know what the plan would be if he was to be benched, and I'm not calling for him to be benched. But you have to have a plan in place to not let him derail the offense. Because even once you do adapt, even once you chip, add, tight end, shorten the pass game up and stuff like that, that's, the playbook starts to contract. Yeah, you can start to condense your offense. Against somebody like Carolina, it might not mean much. But as you go against better competition, it means a lot.
Right.
So the hope is that Trevor Penning does improve week to week. I'm sure he doesn't like seeing his name on Pro Football Talk and
national media.
National news talking about
coming at that nigga.
I mean, come on, bro. Like, y'all don't even pay attention to the Saints. Y'all go, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he's working his butt off, you know what I'm saying, to get better. And you got to give him the chance to do that.
Yes, you got to. You do. I think it's also important to note that it's like last week wasn't just on Trevor Penning. Like, Eric McCoy did not have the greatest game. Ruiz had an okay game. Hurst was like, and whether you take that as credit to the Titans front four or I don't know. But yes, Trevor Penning is going to have to be better. But the Saints have to realize that because that tape is out, every fucking defense you go against, they are either going to line their best pass rusher against Trevor Penning and say, eat his lunch. Or if he gets better throughout the season, they may cook up some blitzes and try to confuse whatever. So as Pete Carmichael, Ronald Curry, y'all got to figure that out. Doug Marrone, figure that out in regards to what the plan's going to be.
Give him something to hang his hat on. Like, find something that he's good at. Run blocking, but even in pass protection. Yeah. Like, don't get beat inside. Like, Okay, maybe you get beat on the outside.
Bro, that's a cardinal sin for a tackle, bro.
Right, but just
or any offensive lineman.
Any offensive line, like don't get beat on the inside. At least we know that much. We could work the outside. You could chip. You could have the quarterback step into the pocket if there's a pocket to step into. There's things you could do, but don't get beat inside. Like start perfecting those little things that you could count on for him. It's just gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see because so much is dependent on Trevor Penny. But like you say, whole offensive line is to be better, bro.
They do. And
almost half of the dropbacks he was pressured on. Like that is insane. Like that is insane.
And I feel like I know Penning got like the brunt of it because like he had like the biggest like. It was in the spotlight the most because it was pretty obvious, but the offensive line just in totality has to play better. I mentioned Kendre Miller earlier, and this again it goes hand step, with the offensive line because the offensive line can run block. Like him being in this game, besides the Chargers game where he made those two good plays and it was good to see, I haven't really been impressed with him all off season, Ryan. I haven't, and I'm not saying like I'm not like. But just having him healthy, hopefully he is 100% healthy, he can bring an element to the offense where that maybe if the offensive line is having some difficulty or whatever, you have someone that is an option in the shorter passing game. You can run a screen. You could do some things with him where the offense can still flow even if the offensive line struggles. But at the end of the day, like the success of this team is going to, especially offensively, is going to rise and fall with the offensive line, period. Yep. That's not just the Saints. That's any NFL team, period. Right. But that said, the weapons that the Saints have at wide receiver and at tight end should be able to take advantage of a lot of matchups.
Oh, yeah.
With this Carolina defense.
No question.
Like, Dante Jackson's their cornerback too. Because of J.C. Horn's injury, they have Xavier Woods. They have Xavier Woods at safety. C.J. Henderson. Remember that almost trade that the Saints made, trading for C.J. Henderson from the Jack? He's been terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible for the Panthers. And this is the struggle because I know how offensive coordinators think. Because I know how it's because I've seen Sean Payton coach for so long. I'm not saying all offensive coordinators are like this, but at least how Sean Payton was. It's like, shit, we got C.J. Henderson on the outside against Chris Olave. Ooh, like so.
Cannon.
Right? barbecue chicken. So it's so enticing, right? Because you're like, I'm about to fucking just pull them panties to the side and just, right? But you gotta be selective when you do, and you don't have. It's a balance because you don't want to be too addicted to trying to take advantage of that so often, so many times because you think that's a matchup you can exploit where you're putting the offensive line like you're asking the pass block on a drop that's too deep, right? Or whatever it is. It has to be a balance, and hopefully, can we see some improvement in the run game?
Oh my God. Please, bro.
Makes everything else easier. Like, I'm not saying that the Saints offensive line is like the Philadelphia Eagles, but like what they did, what the Eagles offensive line just did against the Vikings, bro. Bullied them all game.
And look, the Falcons did that to the Panthers last week, man. Just bullied them around. I know that's going to be Falcons' bread and butter, and that's not ours. But like, man, but there should be something that be had there. Like, come on now, like. Titans, okay. Number 1 run defense last year. I'll give you the pass. This game, and I'm not even asking for a lot. Just give me 3.9 yards per carry. 3.9.
give me a total. Give me a total number of yards between Jamal and Kendre that make you decently satisfied.
You know what? I mean, if they had say 25, I ain't gonna say 25, like 23 rushing attempts at like 4.2 yards per carry. I'd be fine with that, bro. Like, how many yards is that? 4 times 22, like almost
88?
100. Yeah, like
Yeah.
almost 100.
Oh.
I'd be okay
Man,
with it. It wouldn't blow me away, but it's like it's positive running game. You know what I'm saying?
bro,
I just want to see positive.
I was thinking like 65, bro. Like,
I just want to see positive running game.
Yes.
Like I didn't see it last. Like last week, the running game it hurt the offense. Like the running game actually hurt the offense.
They were
constantly in
plays.
third. Where we were constantly in third and long, and Derek Carr had to make some amazing throws to get through. I want to see second down. I want to see us not have to get the third down. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see how they. Then we got the pass game. What fascinated me and really gave me hope with Pete Carmichael is like we talked about with Chris Olave, being lined up in the backfield, being moved in motion. They're giving Chris Olave opportunities to beat man. You know what I'm saying? To beat man coverage, running those man beaters, giving them lined up on different options. They didn't do that last year at all. All. Bro.
They are. It feels like there's like, and I don't know if they've, I don't think they ever say it publicly, and I think Mike Thomas is a point in his career, like he's always going to be uber competitive. But at this, Mike just wants to win, bro. Like Mike want to win, and I think that I will say this, like I do get the sense that is a commonality between everyone on the team. Like not really caring about stats, not really caring about how many balls they get, what numbers they put up. If they winning, they don't care. And that is, it's a special thing because not all players or not all teams are like that, right?
No.
That credit that to DA or credit that to the guys that they bring in, but it's just a sense that it gets. I wonder if there's been like a subtle passing of the torch to Chris Olave, the wide receiver one. Just
interesting.
Just a little one, right? I watched that game, and in the second half where Chris Olave did, I'm like, he's doing wide receiver one shit, right? Like, making big ass plays, clutch plays when the offense needs it the most. Anyhow, that said, there's matchups that can be exploited all throughout the Panthers secondary, all throughout their linebackers. The Saints got to have Derek Carr has to have the time, to do them, basically.
Come back to the old line.
O-line. Let's flip it over though. I just want Saints fans. I know Brian Burns gonna get the headline. Excuse me. Don't sleep on Derek Brown and Justin Houston, man. Don't sleep on them, bro. Don't sleep on them. Panthers offense, Saints defense. Bryce Young had 2 bad interceptions against the Falcons. The consensus of that game is that the Panthers offensively just do not have any type of weapons to threaten a defense vertically. So it seems like a lot of their offense was speaking of condensed, right? Condensed, horizontal, nothing down the field. That, even though it was week 1, the first thing I hear when I think when I hear that is fucking first offensive play for the Panthers is going to be a deep shot. It should be offensively. Like if you're an offensive coach, it should be, right. Frank Wright has shown to be a good offensive coordinator, good head coach in the league, and so at the very least, you want to be able to keep the Saints defense honest.
Exactly.
You got Bryce Young, who is obviously, we talked about his height at nauseum. The wide receiver core for the Panthers leaves a lot to be desired. You got the courts of Adam Thielen, Jonathan Mingo, who they drafted in the second round. Fun fact, the Saints wanted to draft him in the second round. He was higher on their board than where Isaiah Foskey was. And who else? DJ Chark.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Marshawn Lattimore. He wants to be the best cornerback in football this season, right?
Period.
For that to happen, he can't have games where he has lapses because in his mind he's like, oh man, it's such and such. I ain't got to worry about it.
And that's how he was in the past. He was like,
yes, he very much was. So for him to like get to the point where he wants to be, he has to go out and the same mindset he had when he's going against Devontae Adams, when he's going against Nuke Hopkins. I get it, Mike Evans. I get it. Adam Thielen's had better days, but like Adam Thielen has torn Marshawn like his new fucking asshole in the past. He's giving him fits. Man, I want him to approach this like, nah, man, I got Adam Thielen. Like, don't worry about this.
Send Thielen to retirement.
Please.
That's how I would do it. Like, get out of here. Make him show how old he is. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
Like, I wouldn't let him catch nothing.
Nothing. Because of the injuries that the Panthers have on their offensive line. Also, the offensive line was not good even before Brady Christensen got injured.
No.
The same type of pressure and like at points just dominance that the Saints defensive line put on the put on the Titans offensive line in week 1. I need a replay. I need to see it again.
Give me that
again. It's a little different though because I wonder if DA may change some things of how he wants to employ them to rush because unlike Ryan Tannehill is a good athlete. I'm not trying to take away anything from him, but him trying to evade pressure and scrambling compared to someone like Bryce Young is two completely different things. So with Ryan Tannehill, you can rush and not really kind of worry about your gap containment and worry about containing for the most part. Can't really do that with Bryce Young. So like this is a game, not so much even the edge rush pressure. I need number 90. I need Colin Saunders to get in there. I need Malcolm Roach. Like that interior, if it's collapsing on Bryce Young, it's going to make that entire Panthers offense hard to move the ball.
Right. And I agree. And I also think like DA show the little rookie some things. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up. Because DA, like people assume like DA is like this like super exotic defense, like, but it's really not. It's kind of simple. No. He rushes 4 a lot, rushes 3. He drops back. He does the game with the pressure and stuff like that.
Yep.
Not saying he's a simplistic, but it's not as exotic as you would think. But I would like to see him.
It's not as exotic as people think because he has his trust that he has the players that they're better than the offensive players, so he doesn't got to be exotic. Like I know my guys got this. I know my guys gonna win, so I don't have to be exotic. I can show you exactly what it is, or maybe bluff something here and there. But my guys got it. Like, and that's exactly. I mean, to his credit, whether he was a DC or whether he's been the head coach, his defense largely has backed that up.
Yeah, absolutely. But against a rookie, I'd like to see him show a little something. Bring a little pressure from Honey Badger. Just give me, mix it up a little bit. Maybe later in the game or something like that. I also would like to, like you talking about with the QB scrambles. Got to be careful with that because with a young QB, they will run. Like it's like
it's like fight or flight.
Fight or flight. It's like telling you, it's like, oh shit, let me get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, and we've seen it where that's 30 yards. That's 20-yard chunks, 15-yard chunks, keeping players alive. So they're gonna have to contain and gonna have to get on them and punish them, bro. Like I ain't saying.
Can we get Jalen Smith? Can we get Jalen Smith on this? This is a Jalen Smith.
What's going on? Bro. Like what is going on with that, man? Like are my eyes deceiving me?
I know they not, bro. I know mine. I can we get I said it, bro. Like this is the game I told John when he was on. Jalen Smith, I'm not saying he needs to spy Bryce Young on every single passing play, but to deploy him as a spy, some of the game, just some.
I don't need to see Zach Dawn on defense. I don't
need it, bro. Keep him on punt block. Keep him on, him doing special teams. He's trying to move Brian Brisade to get him out the gap to avoid a penalty. Like that's good shit though. Like as
stuff. Right.
It's good stuff. I don't on the field though. Like I don't especially against someone like Bryce Young, bro. I don't need that. Don't need it in my life. Don't need it. So let me just go. So, they got Hayden Hurst. They got Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders when he was with the Eagles, and Miles Sanders for the most. I will say, kind of seeing some clips and Baldy breakdown, like the Panthers time to time did get some good runs out of Miles Sanders. Their offensive line blocked the Panthers, not the Panthers, the Falcons defensive line pretty well. But the Saints defensive line, in theory, should be better than the Falcons defensive line. I really want this to be like, and you got it. You brought this up. DA showing I want DA to show me that you have at least started to figure out how to stop these scrambling quarterbacks, how to stop these quarterbacks who make plays that has historically been the kryptonite to his defense.
Yeah.
Hurts. Jalen Hurts is like the big one that always just like
big one, bro.
It's something that, because of how they drafted defensive linemen and their edge rushers, like they didn't have the speed to keep up with these guys. Now you got a more athletic defensive line. Now you have Pete Warner, although Pete Warner doesn't have like that elite athleticism. But I do think in a game like this, having a player like Alontae Taylor in the slot, think that could pay dividends, bro.
Absolutely. We saw it in the run game against Titans. He was right there, so he absolutely makes a difference. Trying to think, I ain't gonna say it, but I think Frank Reich is kind of overrated.
I agree. Yes.
I think he's like this QB whisperer or something. I'm just like, I don't know. Scheme. I'm like, I mean, look, he talked about it, and I'm glad you said that the first couple plays look for a shot, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Because he talked about this week. Frank Reich was saying that Jesse Bates broke the rules.
Yep.
On those, because he had no fear.
Right.
No challenge at all. So I think they have it in their mind. They want to challenge it.
It was exactly how defenses used to play Drew Brees later in his career when he didn't have any offensive weapons.
Exactly. Mundo. Same way.
But it's that's wild that the Panthers are getting played like that when they just drafted like a 20-year-old fucking quarterback. It has nothing to do with him. It's just everything else.
Everything else, bro. Like, send DJ Moore to get him, It's like, But, you can get got like that. Look, the Titans dialed up 2 plays last week that
should have been touchdowns.
Should have been touchdowns, bro, and we just got lucky. Like, just luck shined on us. So, the defense has to be wary of things like that, man. Like, you can cook something up to get that at birth. If you line up first down, Marshawn Lattimore right there, eye to eye, and the Debo on the other side, eye to eye with the wide receiver. It's like, dial it up, baby. Dial it up.
Like, I feel it in my bones. Like, because I know how coaches think. They're like, oh, well, they think we can't throw that shit deep. Oh, I got something for them. Yeah. Like, they just so predictable, bro.
Yep.
So predictable.
Been there.
Who's the Panthers kicker? Fucking wait. Oh, that's a punter. Oh, Eddie Pinero. Okay. Just seeing who their kickers were. But I mean we've hit on pretty much of all of it, man. Give me your prediction.
Saints win.
Saints going. They're going 2-0
Saints
first
winning, bro. They're going 2-0, bro. We on the bus. I'm on the bus. We about to win this thing, bro. It's gonna be a little stressful game in the beginning, but the Saints gonna pull out, man.
I'm gonna say this. Look how much on the bus I am right now. They win the next 2. They're gonna beat the Panthers. They're gonna go to Green Bay. They're gonna handle Jordan Love.
I ain't about to say all that now. I don't know.
No. Not only did I say it, I'm saying it with my chest.
Say it with your chest.
Saying it with my chest. They're going 3-0. We shall see what happens. That said, it is a Monday Night Football game. The Zoom needs to be popping. We got like 22, 23 people there for the home opener in week 1. I want to get 25. I want to see if we can get 30 people in that fucking
Bring your
Zoom.
drinks. Bring your own drinks.
Ooh.
Pull it up.
About to go hit some
cup water. Go ahead and cup water going, bud.
Bro, I drank 3 of them, and I drank like the mini ones, bro. I didn't even know they had the mini ones, bro. I was getting that bitch, bro. I'm gonna have to have you go get some for yourself for the Zoom on Monday, bro.
I gotta get some. Yeah.
Get either the lime margarita. The lime margarita is like the classic. It's the best one. 10% alcohol. Oh, you will. Lovely. Anyway.
Okay.
We will have it popping on Monday Night Football. Saints Block Party Podcast. We'll have the Zoom. We'll have the live stream. We got y'all guys. We got y'all covered. Like, it's going to be a fun time.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Saints should win this game. Do I think it's going to be an easy game? Do I think it's going to be a game? No, because they're the Saints, and that's just not how things are. But I do think they'll come out with the win, and they should, because they're a healthier team, they're a more talented team, and they should win. But we shall see. Anyway, just want to do a quick one. We're recording this Thursday night. It will be posted hope either late tonight / Friday morning, so he gives you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the weekend, and all of Monday to listen to the preview podcast before the game on Monday. Yep. As always, we will be recording our Monday night recap of week 2, immediately rapid recap after the game, and I have a feeling we're going to be having a victory celebration recap we recorded.
Yeah,
so,
buddy. Ooh, we're supposed to get a Sunday with no Saints.
Oh, Lord.
Back. Put on red zone. Or...
Also, I mean, this is a little early, but so Monday, we're obviously watching the Saints game together, but Monday is also the anniversary for Jay and I. So even though she can hear this downstairs,
congrats, bro.
Much love to the woman who has put up with my shit for last fucking 7 years. But we will be back on Monday night recapping the game. Panthers, Saints, thank y'all for the support. We really appreciate it. If you're not a Patreon, please, if you have the ability to become a Patreon, the perks, benefits is through the roof. We can't even talk about how many perks and benefits it comes with being a Patreon. But thank y'all for all the support, whether you're Patreon or not. Retweets, likes on social media. It really goes a long way, and we thank y'all. We truly do. So with that, we'll be back on Monday recapping the game. We're out.
Peace.
You prepared your kids for their first steps. The first day at school, their first dance, that big test, all the wins along the way. With a College Savings Iowa 529 plan, you'll prepare them for even more. Register before May 31st for a chance to win a $1,000 contribution. Visit collegesavingsiowa.com to make the first move toward a bright future. College Savings Iowa. It's how parents get through college. Administered by the State Treasurer of Iowa.